Yo, what's going on, guys? Epic Lake Elite here. Welcome back to another video. It feels so fucking weird to say that, but I am actually back making Scarlet and Violet content. I know. I took a long ass break, but you know what? I figured, well, fuck it. We'll go back. We'll come back. We'll make some Scarlet and Violet content because once the game actually releases, I'm gonna be trying pumping out content. Maybe not daily. Can't promise that, just because it'll be weird to find a place to record every day, but I'm going to try to pump out more content for Scarlet and Violet. But today, I wanted to talk about the whole stats for all the new Pokemon and how they could fit into competitive, if they are competitively viable or if they're not competitively viable. Before I get into the video, if you haven't already, smash the like button down below and please subscribe. It really helps with the channel. I'm going to try to hit, I guess my goal marker, like by the end of Scarlet and Violet is to hit 500 subs. So if you could help towards that goal, that'd be fucking sick. Anyways, some things I just want to get out of the way first. This post was made by someone called Roy Dado. So I don't really know who they are, but shout outs to them. They created this whole document and link, so shout outs to them. And if you haven't already, go and follow my Twitter. I post some shit there. It's pretty neat. Like, you can go check it out. I think it's fun. So do that. Trying to get to 50 followers or some shit. But anyways, today we're going to be talking about all the new mods stats for Scarlet and Violet. Over the past few days, there have been a lot of leaks for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet in terms of like movesets, in terms of basically just movesets, and basically they leaked the entire game. I'm pretty sure like you can go and play the game now, even though it only releases in 5 days. Like, they sped around that shit, and they just said, all right, we're gonna make it so you can play the game early. We're gonna data mine everything. I mean, holy shit, we have basically everything we need to know for the most part. So I'm gonna go over all the new Pokemon, and this video isn't going to necessarily be me individually analyzing each, or me individually saying if I like the design of each Pokemon, because my thoughts right now, I fucking hate most of the designs. I think this is like one of the worst generations for, actually it is the worst generation for design wise, but they do still have a few banners, and I'll mention the banners that I do like and the designs that I do like. But this video is primarily focused on how good each Pokemon is competitively and whether we will see it or not in VGC specifically. But I'm also going to mention like stuff like OU and whatnot as well. So the first line that we have to go over is Meowscarada. Now, Meowscarada is Jesus. So Protean, I think they changed the way Protean works, and I think it only activates once. I think it's either once per game, or if it's once per every single time that you're in. So it's not like what it used to be, where you would constantly change type each turn. But still, it has a nice stat distribution, 123 speed, which is pretty fast. I mean, it's gonna be more offensive, and 110 attack. Now, granted, it's not gonna be I don't think it's gonna be like a Greninja, but because Grass Dark is not a really great offensive typing, I mean, we saw Zarude. Zarude had like stats sort of like this, and it didn't really excel. And in Protean, I mean, it might allow for some change there, but I don't really know how much change it's going to bring about. But I mean, Meowscarada is like, it could have some use. I don't think in VGC. I don't think it's gonna be good in VGC. But I think maybe it could find a niche in like UU. No, not even U. Maybe UU for OU, or UU for singles. But maybe not even UU. I don't know how to feel about this Pokemon. Competitively, I think it could be good. I think people, I don't know, because of this typing, I really don't think it's going to be as good as people think, because Grass Dark is not that good of a typing. All right, moving on. Also, Meowscarada, I really do like its design. It is unfortunate that's on 2 legs, but overall, I think its design is pretty good. The design I don't like as much as Skeledridge, or whatever the hell this thing is. So this thing's stats, what's interesting is, so unless this must be like a miscalculation, because this is base 531, so it must be base 530. But it's more of a bulky Pokemon. So each of these, so red is HP. We can just see each of the individual bars right here. So it's actually more of a special attacker, which I'm surprised by, because I was looking at this guy and I really thought he was going to be a physical attacker. But Fire Ghost is more of, I would say, a specially oriented typing. So I think it's really cool. And it's more of a fat Pokemon. Like, defensively, it's pretty good. I mean, obviously, it doesn't have the best special bulk, but as long as you invest in, like, HP, you're going to be pretty stacked. It gets unaware, but who cares? And it has, like, decent offense as well. Actually, no, this thing's offenses are kind of bad. No, it has good special attack, but overall, I don't think this Pokemon is going to be that good in VGC, just because it's like, I don't think it will have too much going for it, because you have other Pokemon like Blacephalon and Chandelure being fire goes, and they have their niches. Chandelure, obviously, you get Infiltrator, you get Calm Mind. Blacephalon, you're just a fucking sweeper. Like, both of them have their niches. Scarlet, whatever this guy's called, it doesn't really bring too much to the table as far as what I'm seeing. So I feel like it's not going to be good competitively in actually either VGC or OU, or in singles. I just can't exactly see it. Now, moving on, the Quaxley line. This shit's gonna go crazy. Oh, before I go further, this video is gonna be a bit of a longer one because I am gonna be analyzing kind of each Pokemon, and I will be making like, I think I'll try to make a separate video talking about like my thoughts on like the moves they removed and the moves they added and the abilities. I will touch on the abilities here a little bit if I think the abilities are relevant to how relevant the Pokemon's going to be in competitive, but I'm not going to go super in depth, because if I go super in depth, it's going to take a shit ton of time, and I don't want this video to be extremely long. Alright, Clavicle. I like this guy. I'm going to choose Quaxley. I am going to choose Quaxley for Scarlet and Violet. I think he's pretty cool. Moxie's interesting. 85 base speed, so he's like a physical attacker, a physical sweeper. Water fighting is a good typing. I mean, we obviously saw it with Keldeo. Keldeo's a good mon. Like, it's a good offensive typing. Like, really, it is really good. Because water, you're handling a lot of shit, but then you're like, okay, shit, like Ferrothorn walls you, but then you can just go, oh, well, I fighting coverage, and it's like, oh shit, okay. But overall, I think its stats are good. It's just, I want maybe like, okay, put like less. If it was like 70, if it was like 75 defense and 75 special attack, and then taking that extra, is it 15? Yeah, taking that extra 15 points and putting it in speed, it would be really good. Except for like 85 is too low for it to be like super, like an offensive mon, an offensive sweeper. And I feel like 120 attack is a little bit too low for it to be like extremely potent. So I feel like you're gonna want to run a boosting item. But if you run a boosting item like Life Orb or Choice Band, then you're not going to be utilizing its speed, or you're like, its speed, I feel like its speed tier is kind of one where it wants to run Scarf, but if you run Scarf, then you're missing out on that extra damage output that like Life Orb or Choice Band could provide. So overall, I don't think it's really going to be good in either. Just because I feel like it's kind of in an awkward position just because of its speed. I feel like if its speed was 100, it would be in a different position, or speed was 95 or 100, I think it would be in a different position. But 85 it's just it's a bit of a weird tier, because as we'll see later on, fucking Don fan outspeeds this thing. So I don't know. Next we got Lechonk. This, well, I don't even know how to pronounce this. It does get thick fat, this guy, and well, both of them. But like, so you have a lot of HP, you have a decent amount of attack, and then you have like middling stats here, and it's normal. No, because here's the thing. Like, yeah, it probably can take a couple hits, but what the fuck is it gonna do back? It doesn't seem like the Pokemon is gonna get supportive moves, so I don't think it's gonna be really that good, like competitively at least. Alright, the Dunsparce. The Dunsparce is a dumb Pokemon. I was really excited for a Dunsparce evolution, because everyone was like, okay, it's gonna become Dragon, or what if it's Dragon Fairy, and then it like gains wings and takes more of a Serpentine kind of presence. I mean, it sort of did, but like, not. I don't like its design, but what the Dunsparce does allow, and I'm not saying this Pokemon is going to be good, but what the Dunsparce does allow for is Dunsparce to hold an Eviolite. Now, I'm not saying Dunsparce with an Eviolite is going to be the most broken shit of all time, but I feel like it can have a niche, or I'm going to try to make it have a niche. I feel like Dunsparce with Eviolite could be pretty fun. Is it going to be good? No. No. But I think it'll be fun. So that at the very least, like if you see a guy on ladder using Dunsparce for like Sword and Shield or Scarlet and Violet VGC, it might be me, because I want to try to make Dunsparce work. The Dunsparce, no. Like, okay, it just still doesn't have good speed. In fact, having to gain more speed is kind of useless because you're making it less of a good Trick Room mon. Okay, gain some attack, cool. It gains a little bit of bulk, which is like okay, but like, what are you doing with the bulk? You're not doing anything with the bulk. Like I don't know. Dunsparce, regular Dunsparce is better now because of the Eviolite, just because you have more bulk to your name. All right, let's move on. Whatever this guy, Spidops, terrible. Give it a $1.50. I don't know why the fuck this mon exists. It looks terrible. This mon looks like it was made by 8-year-old. Actually, no. This mon looks like it was made by a fucking 5-year-old. It looks terrible. Its stats are terrible. I'm never going to use this thing because it looks horrendous. Moving on. I'm going to have some strong opinions in this video. I do not like most of the designs, but the design I do like is low kicks. Fuck yeah. Low kicks reminds me of if you guys have ever seen or watched Kamen Rider, and Kamen Rider is like Japanese Power Rangers, because there's regular Power Rangers and then there's Power Rangers, the Japanese version, which is just Power Rangers, but then there's this other series called Kamen Rider, and Kamen Rider is like Power Rangers, but like it's like semi-different storylines. But one of the characters, he has like this one suit, his one like suit is a grasshopper suit, and it kind of looks like low kicks, and because of that I do like low kicks' design. Competitively, no. No, it's not gonna be good. I'm not gonna cover why it's gonna be good. It's just his middling stats and a bad typing. Like Bug Dark, cool, but not great. Alright, moving on. Rabska. Okay, so it has okay bulk, like good I guess, but the HP stats kind of questionable, and good special attack, but it's slow speed, and because it's slow speed, I can't see myself using it, because a lot of slow speed mons are either walls or like trick room setters. Well, it has decent defense, but it'll be able to take a couple hits, but it's not going to be a wall, and it won't be a good trick room setter because it doesn't have a good typing, and it doesn't have the extreme bulk that something like a Porygon 2 or a Dusclops will have. So I can't see it having a niche in VGC. I can't see it having a niche in OU, or yeah, in singles. Greybird, and Hounds, specifically Hounds. Okay, Greybird. I fucking love Greybird's design. I think it's a really cool design. One of my favorite designs from the generation. I think it's just cute. Not gonna lie. Houndstone could be viable. Now, why I'm saying Houndstone is viable is could be. Is it going to be amazing? No. Obviously not. But imagine like it has Fluffy. So you take your defense stat of 100. You have a defense stat of 100 and you double that. So what you do is basically say to yourself, okay, if Houndstone could be like the new Furfrou, and Houndstone, because it's a ghost type, it could have access to, I don't know, Snarl, it could have access to Will-O-Wisp, so supportive oriented moves. Like, what if it gets Helping Hand, Will-O-Wisp, Snarl, and then you opt to run like, I don't know, Shadow Claw or some shit. So it could be a nice supportive set, and you could run like a lot of HP and a lot of Spadef, and run like Spadef increasing nature, so you tank hits physically just because you're physically bulky already, and because of your HP, you have a decent HP stat, and your Spadef isn't bad either. 97 with like plus nature and max bulk, you're bulky. So this thing will be able to take hits, and it could be it could be a decent supportive mon. So I think it has a niche. Outside of that, like for VGC, singles, no. Whatever the fuck these guys are, Flittle, Esparthra, what the fuck are these? No, this design, no, this shit is stupid. This shit is so stupid. I'm sorry, like I have some strong opinions about this generation. I think whoever designs most of these Pokemon needs to be fucking fired and held accountable for their actions. Look, it's so bad. Like, okay, yeah, I get speed boost, cool. What are you doing with it? 105 special, 101 special attack? Alright, cool. No, don't use this thing. Trash. Literally bad Pokemon. Farafrig though. We're gonna talk about Farafrig, but people were like, this mon could be cool. Now, I don't know what Kudchu is, so we're gonna go actually, I don't even care. I don't think Farafrig's gonna be good. Cause it depends. Normal Psychic is actually a really good typing, because that means you're only really weak to Bug and Dark, which is really good defensively. because I remember Orankar is actually a really good Trick Room setter. So for Farafrig, because it only has 2 weaknesses, and you could run a berry to account for one of those weaknesses, so you can try to live a turn, you can get a Trick Room off. And it has decent bulk. I mean, base 70 in each defense is not great, but 120 in HP does help it a little bit. But overall, I don't see it being used, just because I feel like what Farafrig's role would be in VGC would be a Trick Room setter, but that's going to be filled in by better Pokemon like Porygon 2 or Dusclops or whatever the hell is in this generation. See, it's the same case as like Rabsca, where yeah, it could be a Trick Room setter. It has the bulk for it. It sort of has the bulk for it, but you're not going to be doing it. You're not going to be doing it. Other Pokemon, obviously Dugtrio is still going to be good. I mean, Dugtrio is going to be like a UU or what's below UU? UU or RU Pokemon, just because they're going to traps always solid. Watchio is going to be ass. I don't understand. Like, I like the form's goofy. I don't really like the form, but like it's whatever. But like, here's the thing. It's just gonna be bad because like, no, dude, it's gonna be so bad. You wanna know why? It doesn't get fucking Arena Trap. Because any Dugtrio form that doesn't have Arena Trap is not that good. So like, I don't know what to tell you. It won't be good. What I am intrigued by is Donzo. Now this guy, this guy's a real G. Let me tell you, 150 HP. Jesus Christ, that is thick as fuck. 100 attack, 115 defense, and then 65 Spadef, but you can slap an AV on there. Not bad. But like, I don't know what this mon does. I don't think it's gonna be that good, just because like it just seems like it's just gonna be a wall and sits there. But like, I don't think it has much going for it in VGC, or for that matter in like smoke or in singles, just because like I can't see exactly what it brings to the table other than it's defensively good and it has decent offense with 100. I don't really see what it does apart from that, but I think it's cool. I kind of like its design. It's a mud. I'm gonna check this on my phone real quick. It's a mudfish, right? Because like I want to say it's a mudfish because like I don't know, mudfish. Yeah, is it? Yeah, you know what? Yeah, he is. Look at this shit. Yeah, that's totally him. Yeah. Okay. All right. Next on the next one, Veluza. This one's really interesting. So it gets sharpness, which increases all like cutting type moves, I think. So that's a pretty good ability. But it's bad because here's the thing: Water Psychic's not that good of a typing. If it was Water Steel, which it should be because it has a bunch of knives on its body, Water Steel would be a better typing. But really, even if it was Water Steel, why would you use this? Its best stat is 102 in attack, and everything else is really mediocre. And 102 is not saying much because 102 needs to be backed up by either speed or a bit of bulk, and neither is happening. So don't use that Pokemon. Now we get to the spicy shit. Now I am recording this pretty late, so I'm a bit tired. So I'm going to whip out the secret weapon of mine. Rare Protein Coffee Protein Shake. Not sponsored, but I'm telling you, this shit slaps so fucking hard. It tastes really good. It's a lot of protein, so you get a lot of gains. Which, hey, peep the Twitter. Peep the Twitter. All I'm saying is, I'm getting the gains. Shout out this protein shake for helping me along the way. But, so you get 30 grams of protein in this shit, and you get a cup of caffeine. So it helps you stay up, helps you stay focused, helps you stay energized, and you get your protein. Literally a 2-for-1 whammy in this. Might be the best thing that God ever gifted us. Alright, now we're going to talk about the Pokemon that's probably been the major discussion a lot of videos. Palafin Hero. Now, I'm going to actually look up its ability. Actually, no. First, let's look at its stats. So, regular Palafin, pretty bad stats. Palafin Hero, Reggie, Gigas level stats. 100 HP, 160 fucking attack, 97 and 87 in defense and special defense. Good shit. Shit's good. a respectable 106 in special attack, and a respectable 100 base speed. So what the hell is its ability? Because actually, I don't really know its ability, I'm not gonna lie. So we're actually gonna go take a look. 0 to hero. This Pokemon transforms into its hero form when it switches out. So here's the thing. Palafin hero, you're going to have to send it in. And Palafin, in its regular form, it doesn't have the best stats. So you have to send it in, then switch it out. And once after it switches out, then you get 0 to hero. Now, I think this mon's still going to be fucking busted. I actually didn't know how that ability worked. My friend tried to explain it to me, but I didn't really understand. But now that I know how it works, I think it's going to be a bit more niche, but I still think it's going to be incredibly good because you cannot deny its fucking stats. That is insane. And water, it's pure water. Okay, I wish it was like water fighting. If it was water fighting, it'd be fucking broken. And I know someone said its move pool wasn't absolutely insane, so it might not be as good as people think, just because if its move pool isn't great, then if it doesn't have amazing coverage, then that can really actually hurt it in the long run, just because then maybe certain things that it might check normally with coverage moves it can't. Like, what if it doesn't get Drain Punched and then it just gets walled by Ferrothorn? Now, I don't think Ferrothorn's in this generation, but let's bring up another grass type example. We don't have grass here. Okay, oh, I guess that's a bad example, but like, where's another grass Pokemon? What if it gets walled by Brood Bonnet? You never know. Just because it doesn't have good coverage for it. That's the main issue. It needs to have good coverage in order to succeed. Because 160 attack is fucking incredible, but you need the coverage for it. Because if your main stab is like liquidation, and then your like other coverage move is Ice Punch or some shit, that's not good enough. So it really comes down to what its move pool is. If its move pool is decent, which I'm not going to go over move pools here, just because this would make this video extremely fucking long. But if its move pool is good, then it's going to be pretty good. But if its move pool is middling, or if its move pool is like really restricted, then I don't think this Pokemon's going to be good. Just because it has, if its move pool isn't really super expansive, then it's going to have a lot more checks and counters. So overall, it really just depends on its move pool. But if its move pool is good, I'm gonna get so many fucking kills with this Pokemon. Oh, it's gonna be amazing. Alright, moving on. Bolivia. What is this? What the fuck is this? Guys, I don't like this design at all. Like, come on, dude. Okay, I don't hate it. I don't know why Dolliv picture isn't loading, but I like Smoliv. I did not expect this. But its stats are pretty good. So, okay, grass and normal. Okay, weird typing, but alright, whatever. But like, okay, it doesn't have good HP. It has decent defense. 125 special attack is good, and 109 special defense is good. But the real thing that interests me is, what is Seed Sour? I'm gonna look at what Seed Sour is, because I actually don't know. Seed Sour. Am I dumb? I can't find Seed Sour. Oh, here we go. Turns the ground into grassy terrain when Pokemon is hit by an attack. That's pretty sick. I'm not gonna lie. So you have like you have a built-in slower grassy terrain. Because here's the thing, Arboliva is going to live most hits because it's decent, it's bulky, it's just bulky enough. Let's put it that way. It's just bulky enough. So you're going to be able to get off grassy terrain, and while that might not be the biggest deal, and I don't think this mon's going to be that good, it could have a niche. I don't know what that niche would be, but I feel like people might find that niche. I don't think it's going to be incredibly good though. But if it does find its niche, it's going to be in VGC. It's not going to be in singles. This guy. Scovillain. So, Pokemon, when they were making Gen 9, they were at their board conference. They needed ideas for Pokemon. And so they're at the board conference and they're like, all right, we need Spanish kind of Pokemon. And some guy was probably like, all right, I had Spanish food for dinner last night. That shit was spicy. So how about we make a pepper Pokemon? Okay? Well, we made it. Applin's a Pokemon, so, and Applin design-wise is nice, and Appleton works well. What the fuck is this? No, it's disgusting. It is vile. Oh, 403 air, cool. What the fuck? Ew, gross. It's ugly. It's like, okay, here's what I can compare it to. If you've ever played Monster Legends, take a monster from Monster Legends and cross it with a monster from My Singing Monsters. It more so looks like it comes straight out of My Singing Monsters. That's not a Pokemon. Looking at its stats though, it has above average attack and special attack. Above average special attack, attack and special attack, and it gets chlorophyll, so maybe, but it depends on its coverage. If it gets like Sleep Powder or some shit, sure. And it can probably get like Life Orb, Weather Ball. And you could, because you have chlorophyll, you could run like Modest Life Orb with like, I don't know, Leaf Storm, Weather Ball, coverage move, Terra Blast shit. Could be alright. I'm not going to knock it. It actually could be decent. I'm not gonna say how good it is because I don't think it's gonna be extremely good, but it could be decent. Bellibolt, I don't know what the fuck this shit does. I don't know what Electromorphous is. I'm not gonna cap. Usually becomes charged when it hits by an attack, boosting power of next electric type move it uses. Cool concept, but it does not have the stats to back it up. It does not. It has, I don't know. It's not fast. Like, what are you doing with this thing? Not much. I don't think it's gonna be that good. Varoom and Revaroom. So, all I'm gonna say is if the Pokemon company is looking to hire people to design the next generation, I fucking got you. I don't have any skills in art, but if the bar is this fucking low, I could design some shit better than this. Let me keep it $150 with you. Varoom, Revaroom. And we're paying $60 for this shit. Okay, thoughts on the Mon. Okay, 119 attack is pretty good. It gets overcoat, so it can be affected by Spore, which is nice. And Filter, which reduces super effective damage by 25%, I think. So that's good. Stat wise, whatever. Poison Steel is a unique typing. I think it's cool. Have we had a Poison Steel type? I'm blank. I feel like we have had a Poison Steel, but I literally can't think of it. Maybe we haven't. So I don't know. I don't think this mon's gonna be good in VGC. I just don't see too many redeeming qualities about it. Just because, like, okay, it has pretty good offense, but like, what are you gonna do? Like, you can't Spore it, which is nice. It has Filter, so you're not gonna die from most hits except ground type moves. Cool, but oh yeah, unless I get some crazy coverage or shit, I'm not seeing it. Next Pokemon, Orthworm. Now, I kind of love and hate this Pokemon. I think it's goofy, and I kind of hate its design, but I also kind of like it. So, you know what? I'll give Orthworm a pass, but don't use this thing. Do I have to explain why you wouldn't use this thing? Tandemaus and Maushold. Well, I was looking at these guys. Don't use Tandemaus. Maushold is interesting because it does get Friend Guard, but don't use it because you can't use Eviolite on it, and its stats aren't good enough to warrant it. Like, what are you gonna do with this thing? Yeah, just I don't know. Just don't use it, because here's the thing. Indeedee is confirmed for Gen 9. So if you need like a Follow Me user, Indeedee's there. I don't know what other Follow Me users we're gonna have in the generation. I didn't look at all the Pokemon. What's that? All right, where is it? Can we do regional decks? What is this shit? Will this take us to all the Pokemon that are added in the game? It will not. I'm not gonna bother today with unless they have. No, this is just all the new Pokemon. Okay. So we're just gonna focus on the new Pokemon for this video. I can make a separate video about the other shit. So Marshall, don't use that guy. See, Titan though, this guy is fucking interesting. So I think Titan actually could be really good because it gets a couple good abilities. Now, if you're looking for a more bulky and slower guy, you go Thick Fat because you have the fattest HP stat that we've seen in a hot minute, mixed with a respectable 113 attack. Like, you don't need to invest a whole lot in attack for it to hit decently hard. And it gets fucking Sheer Force as well. So if you want to go like a slow AV set of fucking Sheer Force, go for it. Like, that shit is amazing. It gets 3 fucking fantastic abilities. This is W. Like, no matter what way you look at it, if you want like a slow bulky set, so if you want Thick Fat, so you take less damage from your fire type moves, go for it. If you want Sheer Force, so you just have more damage output, go for it. And you could pair that with like an AV set and run like max HP, a little bit of speed def with like max attack, and then hit really fucking hard with Sheer Force as well. Go for it. But if you want like a really fast Pokemon that can just hit really hard, go Slush Rush. That means you have to run Hail as well, but that's also fine because Hail got a buff this generation. Hail actually now increases your defense so that base 65 defense is looking better. So when you set up Hail, all Ice type Pokemon get like a +1 in their defense, which is fucking incredible. So now, imagine this thing with Slush Rush with AV in the Hail. You're basically +1 in both special defense and defense, making your defenses around like base 100 with a base 170 HP stat, with really fast speed because of the Hail, and with a respectable 113 offense. Like, this mod has so many fucking combinations going for it. It is absolutely insane. Like, I think this is one of those Pokemon where it's not going to be figured out immediately. It's actually going to shift throughout the meta, depending on what the meta says. So let's say in the beginning, Hail is really popular. Alright, well, then obviously we're going to see Titan, because Titan's going to be really good for Hail. Okay, but then let's say people find out ways to counter Hail and Hail kind of falls off. Well, people could still decide to run a slower Thick Fat option, or if they want more offense, they could run just a slower Sheer Force option. It really depends on the person. Like, this Pokemon fits so many goddamn molds. It is really cool. And I didn't actually really look at its 3 abilities before then, or I didn't really process them and its stats as well. But this Pokemon has probably one of the biggest potential, or probably this Pokemon has the biggest potential in this generation to really do well. I think it's gonna be incredible for VGC. I think it'll still be good in singles, but I definitely think it'd be like a good UU, or probably a good RU Pokemon. I don't think it's gonna be OU. I don't know. No, it probably is gonna be like RU or some shit. All right, next, Baxcalibur. I fucking hate Baxcalibur. So, design-wise, Frigibax looks terrible. I'm sorry, it looks dumb. I don't know. Stupid. Arctibax, yes, I like it. Because, okay, Frigibax was stupid, but Arctibax are getting that sort of a Raptor vibe. So we could have, like, I don't know, it has like a Dromosauride vibe, or like a Spinosauride vibe. So we could have had, so Arctibax could evolve into like a Spinosaurus, or it could evolve into like a Utahraptor. I'm a huge dinosaur nerd, so I kind of like this stuff. But Arctibax had so much potential, because imagine how cool a raptor Pokemon would be. I mean, off the top of my head, I can't really think about if we had a specific like raptor like Pokemon. I think you could go for a really sleek design and make it like really slim and agile. I think that'd be really cool. Or you could go the Spinosaurus route and maybe make it a bit more bulky and beefed up, and have the stats kind of be comparable. So a raptor would be like not extremely paper thin, but like fast and offensive. Or a Spinosaurus would be kind of more of an all-around, like, yeah, it's high stat as attack, but it also has the bulk to back it up, but it's not as fast. But we got this dumb fucking slow Godzilla Tyranitar ripoff thing that looks worse in every way, and the potential was there to make one of the coolest designs of a Pokemon. They had so much fucking potential, and then they just ruined it. However, potential in the stats? Let's talk about that though. Dragon Ice, which I was about to say is unique, but Kyurem exists, but still really cool typing. 115 HP, which for a pseudo is really good because that's nice bulk. Like, it has good bulk. 115 HP with 92 defense and 86 def is good bulk, so automatically it has good bulk. 145 attack is nothing to scoff at either, and 87, while not the best speed stat, if after this thing gets 1 DD off, it can pop off pretty hard. So, what are some potential stats for it? I don't know. Let's see. Okay, I think it can be really good. I think in VGC, like a Follow Me plus D-Dance on this guy could actually be really good. You could compare this with like Indeed and get a D-Dance up and then proceed to sweep from, not sweep, but like do a lot of damage from there. What does Thermal Exchange do? I actually don't know. Boost the attack stat when this Pokemon is hit by fire type moves. Also, Pokemon can also not be burned. That's good. So you can't burn this shit. And if it's potentially hit by a fire type move, which wouldn't be too often, but it boosts its attack. So I think, okay, being hit by a fire type move and boosting the attack, that doesn't really matter as much. But the not being able to be burned, that can be nice. That can be nice. But I think definitely this guy has potential. I think it's going to be good in VGC and in singles, because in singles you can set up DD with like Sticky Web and you can sweep with this guy because 145 attack is really massive. Like that's really good. So you can sweep with this guy. And in VGC you set up like Follow Me support, and Dragon Ice is a really unique typing, and I'm sure it gets like ground, fighting, or rock coverage as well. So you're going to be hitting like fire types as well. Fire types and like steals and whatnot, so it definitely probably has the coverage to back it up. So I'm really looking forward to seeing how it can do. Tatsugiri is kind of weird. I don't really know what its ability does. What's its ability? I don't know what it is. Commander, what is this shit? When a Pokemon enters a battle, it goes inside the mouth of an allied Dodonzo. If one of the field this Pokemon, then it issues command form there. Hello? So we looked at Dodonzo. What the fuck is command form? Hello? I don't know. I heard some shit about Tatsugiri and Dodonzo, and how it was gonna be broken. I don't know what the fuck's happening. Tell me in the comments below if you actually know, because I don't know what's happening there. Cyclizar. People are saying, oh, it's like one move. It's like you pass the substitute. Okay, but you look at its stats. It has 65 in both defenses and 70 HP. No thanks. No thanks. Like, this mon's not gonna be good. It's not. No. Its stats are too bad. Having speed alone is not enough. Like, no. Unless it's used in baton pass strategies, but like singles always bans baton pass anyway, so it doesn't even matter. So no. Palmont is really interesting because it gets this one signature move, which is really fucking stupid. Let's see if I can find this move, because I know it's probably the dumbest thing of all time. I forget what it is. Where's Palmy at? Because I know Palmy gets its own. So Palmont, here we go. Yeah, okay, no, I found it. Okay, so this guy, electric fighting, and you look at his stats and you think, oh, okay, that's actually kind of cool. Like, it gets Iron Fist. So, off the bat, this Pokemon has potential. Electric Fighting is a really good typing. Really good offensive typing. And 105 speed is pretty good. Better than average. And at 115 attack, not the best, but when in comparison with Iron Fist and you slap like a Life Orb on that, that's hitting pretty hard, yeah. Well, do I think this mon's going to be good in VGC? No. But do I think this mon can be good in singles? Yeah. I think this mon can be good in singles. But it has a signature move, which my friend actually told me about, and I didn't really know kind of going into this. And that is, where is it? Palmy Line. Here we go. Revival Blessing. Now this shit gets fucking crazy. The user bestows a loving blessing, reviving a party Pokemon that has fainted and restoring half of that Pokemon's max HP. What's a free revive, dude? What the fuck? Now, do I think it's gonna be good? Yes. I think it's gonna be seen in VGC. I don't think it's gonna be seen a lot, just because I don't think Palmy's meant for VGC. Palmy's meant for more singles. Now, Revival Blessing, you don't choose the Pokemon. It's a random revival. But still, we have never seen something like that before, and that could totally shift up the meta. Because what happens if you're down on your luck and you're down to your last Pokemon and Palmy, and you're able to outspeed the opponent and Revival Blessing, and you apparently somehow miraculously revive your Choice Scarf Blacephalon, and Blacephalon so happens to be able to clean up the rest of the opponent's team. Like, there's a lot of fucking options there, and I think it has a lot of potential. I think we will see this in VGC a bit just because it has good offense and it has access to that ability, but I don't think Palmont is meant to be a VGC centered Pokemon. It's meant to be a single centered Pokemon. So with that in mind, I still think it is a Pokemon the VGC players will have to keep we will have to keep on a radar just because it has a pretty good ability. But with VGC tending to be shorter games, and obviously only 4 Pokemon, and you have the 2 out in front already, I feel like there's going to be less use for it, or there's going to be a lot more scenarios in which that move is actually not useful than it is useful. But in singles, there's so many more uses in which it's going to be better. But Palmont, looking like he could be a pretty insane guy, if I'm gonna be real. Next, we're gonna move on to Kilowattrel. Now, Kilowattrel, I kind of like. It's kind of basic looking, but I like his design. I like the it's almost like purple or some shit. The purple with the yellow. I like the accents on everything, kind of the blue tint in its eyes. I like the orange feet. The color design is really good. Competitively, not good. Its stats aren't that great, but I like it. I'll give it that. I like it. Bombardier. Why is this shit not loading? I really want to see the picture of Bombardier because I really think Bombardier looks cool. Because when it comes to like my playthrough, I legitimately do like Bombardier's design. I think Bombardier is a really cool design. So we're gonna try to see if that loads. It doesn't load. Why is like none of this shit loading today? Alright, I guess this shit isn't loading. Maybe it's because a lot of people are I can't say the word. Accessing this document. Jesus. English. Goddamn. Alright, Bombardier, Flying Dark, which is good typing. And it gets Keen Eye at Big Packs, so you're like, okay, it's a Mandibuzz, but then it doesn't have the stats as a Mandibuzz. Rocky Payload, I don't know what that ability is. Powers up Rock type moves. Why? What the fuck? Wait, I didn't know that. What the fuck? Why? Oh, because it probably like drops rocks on shit. Okay. It gathers things made in apron made from feathers out to chest and drops those things from high places for fun. Okay, cool. No, it's not good though. This Pokemon's not gonna be good. I just kinda like it. Alright, Squawkabilly. Wait. Intimidate, Hustle, Guts, Intimidate, Hustle, Sheer Force. Cool, but its stats aren't good, so no. It's a decent design, I guess. It's supposed to be like a greaser bird, which I kind of like. Flamingo. I'm gonna go on another tangent here. I fucking hate Flamingo. It's literally spelled almost the exact same as Flamingo, and it looks the exact same as a Flamingo. It is not a Pokemon. It is literally just a fucking cartoon flamingo. Like, hold on. What's it called? Isaac's Restaurant. Let's see if this shit pops up. Here we go. Isaac's Restaurant in Delhi. So, headquarters in Pennsylvania, so shout outs. Isaac's Restaurant Flamingo. Literally. Tell me the fucking difference between this guy. Okay, obviously the image isn't working, but if you know what Flamingo looks like, tell me the difference between Flamingo, and this guy. There literally is no fucking difference. It's literally the same shit. Like Isaac's Restaurant, they literally have this Pokemon. Like, no, stop. Like, it's literally just a fucking flamingo, and this shit's ass anyways. Like, okay, yeah, it gets scrappy, cool. Unless it gets Victory Dance, 90 speed isn't saying much, and 115 is cool. But like, if Flying and Fighting is really good offensive typing, but I don't know, I've not seen it. Cloth is interesting, Yet again, I don't think this Pokemon is going to be good, but it probably does get Shell Smash, so that's something to know. Angry Shell, I don't know what that does. I think if you're hit by some move, your attack gets boosted or some shit. Oh, when your user's HP drops to half or less, Pokemon gets angry. This lowers his defense, special attack, but boosts his attack speed. Holy shit, that's broken. So this Pokemon literally has a built-in Shell Smash at half HP. That's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. It has two really good abilities: Regenerator and Angry Shell. Regenerator won't be used just because this Pokemon is not one to be super defensive. You're going to be it probably gets Shell Smashed naturally, so you're going to be Shell Smashing up anyways. So I can definitely see it having a use in singles, not VGC though. Garganacl thing, whatever the fuck this is. I don't know what this is. I don't know what Purifying Salt is as an ability. This Pokemon is Pure Salt, protects it from status conditions, halves the damage taken from ghost type moves. I really like that ability because obviously like there's something with like what salt helps keeps ghost away or some shit. I forget how that actually works, but it's a cool ability. I like it. I think it's a cool concept and it has cool stats. Like I think if anything, this Pokemon's going to be a really fun Trickermon to use. I don't think it's going to be incredibly good for a VGC just because unless it gets like Curse and Body Press, which it probably does. So it could be like a really nice late game stall Pokemon. Because imagine you run like really bulky, like okay, imagine running this guy with like Curse, Rock Slide, Body Press, Protect. Wait, Curse, Rock Slide, Body Press, Protect, yeah. And so you're bulky and you're going to be doing a lot of damage. It could be a good Trickermon. I'm not going to say it's going to be the best Trickermon, but I think it could be pretty good. Also, shoutouts to hands having terrible skin that constantly cracks. I literally moisturized like 3 times today and my hands are already bleeding. Love the winter time. Alright, Glamora. This Pokemon, not going to be good in VGC, but it's going to be good in Signals. I was actually watching a little bit of Blunder's video talking about it, and he said what's its ability? Toxic Debris is really kind of sick. Where's Toxic Debris at? Scattered poison spikes at the feet of the opposing team when this Pokemon takes damage from physical moves. Now, it's not going to happen all the time, and its physical bulk isn't the best, but so you get free toxic spikes if you're hit by a physical move, which is kind of sick. I don't think it's the best, but it's kind of sick. And Poison Rock is a really good offensive typing, as seen with Nihilego, but it's definitely going to be more of like a RU Pokemon, or like a UU. But it has 86 special attack. Dude, 86 special attack is so fucking good. Or, what am I saying? I'm so tired. It has 86 speed, which isn't the best, but 130 special attack kind of slaps. So it can be a pretty good offensive Pokemon, offensive wall. Why are these images not loading? What the fuck? Hold on. Jesus. Load. I want the images for the sprites to load. I don't know why they aren't. I'm on good Wi-Fi, good sir. Please. Let me see images. No, they're just not letting me see the images. Well, damn. Okay. Alright. Sure. Okay. Graffifi. I think Glamora is going to be like an RU Pokemon for singles. But definitely not good in VGC. Graffifi actually could be pretty good in VGC if we don't have other Prankster Pokemon in the game. Graffifi for VGC, it gets Prankster. It's Poison Normal, so I don't know what access all Prankster moves it will get. I don't know its moveset exactly. But it gets Prankster. That in itself can be really good. It depends on its moveset. And in this video, I'm not really going to go over it just because it would take way too fucking long. But if its moveset is right, and if it gets like Quash, Sunny Day, shit like that, Taunt, could be decent. But now the more I think about it, do I think it will be good? No. Actually, no. This one's never going to be used. You want to know why? Grimmsnarl exists. I originally want to start this Pokemon like, oh, it can be good in VGC because there's Prankster. No, Grimmsnarl exists. Well, if we need a Prankster Pokemon, if we need a Prankster support Pokemon, we're going to use Grimmsnarl. If we need a Prankster offensive Pokemon, we're going to use Whimsicott, or like Tornadus, or whatever other Pokemon we can find, like Talonflame or some shit. This Pokemon's not going to be used. I take it back. I don't really think it's going to be good. Fido, I like its design. Dashmon's alright. I think Dashmon's kind of cool. I don't know why the images are loading. I'm so sorry. Like, I wish the images would load. Dashmon, no. Just no. I'm not going to go over it. Well-baked body, I am intrigued by what it does. This Pokemon takes no damage when hit by fire-type moves. Instead, its defense stat is sharply boosted. That's kind of fucking sick. I'm not going to lie. I think that's cool. It's not going to be good, though. Mastiff, it gets Intimidate. And Mabostiff, it gets Intimidate. Mabostiff is probably like the one that I'm looking at, but for an Intimidate Pokemon, it could be decent. I don't think it's gonna be good though. Neutral Dark is not the best typing. It doesn't really have good defense. It has pretty good speed. Or okay, good, decent. It has decent speed. Maybe you can see this guy on like 1 or 2 teams in VGC. Other than that, I don't think it's gonna be good. And then Bramble, Gas, and Bramblin. These Pokemon are so fucking stupid. Like, I'm not gonna lie. I thought the Mastiff and Mastiff Pokemon were stupid. It's literally a fucking tumbleweed with a few neon swirls. How much do these developers get paid? I am currently in college right now, and I'm going to be in college for 8 fucking years. That's like $400,000 in debt to what? Pursue paleontology, where the most they make is $110,000, but I'm definitely not going to be making that. I'm probably going to be making like $60,000 to $70,000. And what? You're saying I could make these lazy ass designs and be making a shit ton of fucking money? Come on, bro. Sign me up for this team. Sign me up for this team, bro. Please. I could have came up with this fucking tumbleweed. Okay, first is literally just a tumbleweed, and you gave the tumbleweed eyes. Jesus Christ. Sometimes it's embarrassing to be a Pokemon fan. Now, don't use this guy. Grass Ghost is cool typing. 115 is pretty good offense and 90 speed, so I could potentially see this guy being used in RU. And Infiltrator's kind of cool, but in VGC, I don't think it's gonna be good. Gimme How, gimme How guy. No, don't use that guy. Golden Ghoul, whatever this fuck is. What is good as gold? What the hell is this? A body of pure solid gold gives the Pokemon full immunity to other Pokemon status moves. Okay, that's kind of neat. I think this guy's actually pretty good. Like, Ghost Steel. No, this guy's fucking incredible. Ghost Steel, unaffected by status. 133 special attack. Decent bulk and a decent speed tier. A decent speed tier in which, to the point where if you invest in the speed tier, it's going to be good. I think this mon's going to be good. Design-wise, it looks stupid. Design-wise, it looks like it should be in a kids commercial for like mac and cheese or Danimals or some shit. I think it looks stupid as hell. And really, like I said, Pokemon Company, if you're hiring, I will gladly drop out of college and make stupid ass designs for you and make like 6 figures. This is so fucking stupid. But this guy's stats fucking good. I think this one's gonna be good. I think it's gonna be good both in VGC, but especially in singles. I think in singles it's gonna be really good. So yeah. All right. So that is all of the non-paradox form Pokemon we've went through. Now, I think there are definitely some banners. I think the ones that I'm excited to use: Quackavolt, he's a goat. Low Kicks, fucking goat. Greavard, goat. Titan, goat. Bombardier, goat. And yeah, so my team for Scarlet and Violet, well, those are the main Pokemon that I like, but then we have to get into the Paradox. Ooh, the Paradox forms? Hell yeah. And actually, hold on. Did my friend send me like a drive or some shit? I think he did. He sent me a drive or some shit. Alright, let me pull up this real quick. He sent me a drive of let me see. He sent me a drive of this shit, I think. Yes, here we go. Here we go, baby. Alright, we have all the sprites for the fucking game. We have all the sprites confirmed for the game. And they have the Paradox Pokemon as well in here. So, we're going to look at the Paradox Pokemon sprite forms. So I think this shit looks insane. Alright, where is it? See, all these sprite forms are really cool. So hell yeah. Alright, where is it? So we finished these Pokemon. We are now on to, yeah, we're on to these boys. So this gives you a better idea of like what the sprites look like actually. So we're gonna go through these Paradox Pokemon. Now if you don't know what the Paradox Pokemon are, those are going to these are like alternate forms for each Pokemon. Yeah, these are alternate forms for each Pokemon, and each Pokemon, so like you have base Amoonguss and you have 2 Amoonguss forms. Or you have, okay, no. So Paradox is like giving regional forms, but instead it's a different base stat total, and every single Paradox Pokemon, the base stat total equals 570, and they give them like new typings, new stats and whatnot, new abilities. So it's like completely reworking a Pokemon and making a new Pokemon, even though it's coming from the base Pokemon. I don't think I explained that too well, but so you see, here's regular Donphan. So it has 90 HP, 120 attack, 120 defense. The Great Tusk Donphan, ground and fighting with 115 special attack, 131 attack, 131 defense, and 87 speed. So we're gonna start off with this, and we're gonna go through the list of Pokemon I think are going to be good for VGC. Great Tusk. What is this guy rocking? The photosynthesis ability, which is gonna be a recurring theme in these Pokemon that are Paradox forms. So we're gonna look at this and we're gonna see what we can find for it, because I actually don't really know what this ability does. I guess neither does this. Here we go. Boost the Pokemon's most proficient stat in harsh sunlight, or if the Pokemon's holding a booster energy. And a booster energy is this item, and it basically allows you to get like a +1 in a stat you choose, or based upon the item, I think. So already its stats are really good. Like ground fighting is a really good offensive typing, and defensive it's not as good as regular Donphan. Defensive it's worse just because you have more weaknesses, but offensive this guy's really good. Like 87 speed is decent, and so if you invest in it, you're probably going to be outspeeding a decent amount of the metagame. And you can run like Life Orb, and ground fighting is such good fucking coverage. And it's both of them are ground and fighting are 2 of the best offensive typings in the game, and you just combine them with this kind of stat distribution, you know this guy's going to be good. I think he's going to be good in VGC, but most likely singles. I think in VGC it won't be as good, but I still think he's going to be good in VGC. But like there's so many options you can run for this guy. You can run like a choice band set, you can run a Life Orb set, and go, I would go fully more offensive on this guy. But even then, still you get an extra boost in HP, a 25 point increase, which is significant, and you get an 11 point increase in defense, which means you're going to be even more defensive. If you're willing to sacrifice the fact that you might not have as good of a defensive typing, you can go ahead and invest it fully in defense and go for like max HP, max defense, leftovers, set with like Toxic, Earthquake, yada yada yada, I don't know what else, Rapid Spin maybe. It has a lot of versatility, and it can be either set. It can be a defensive set, or it can be an offensive set. You don't really know. I think that's really cool. Alright, next Pokemon is Brute Bonnet. What the also, these are the actual names of the Pokemon. So the Donphan form is called Great Tusk. The Amoonguss form is called Brute Bonnet. I hate that. Why are they called this? No, call them... just call it Amoonguss. Please. Just call it fucking Amoonguss. Like, in Alola... or like Paldea Amoonguss. And I know Paldea forms are different because we have Paldea Wooper somewhere. But like literally just call it fucking Paldea Amoonguss. Don't call it Brute Bonnet. What the hell? No, it's stupid. Anyways, Brute Bonnet's kind of funny. I think this one's really going to be goofy. Because here's the thing. You took Amoonguss and you said, alright, let's make it offensive. So it has... here's the thing. It has better bulk. So you get it has a worse typing. But it has better bulk. So 127 attack, you can literally make this thing like a Trick Room Sweeper kind of Pokemon, which is really funny to me. I mean, okay, imagine this. Alright, imagine running this thing with like Spore, Seed Bomb, and Knockoff, and like a coverage move. That'd be pretty funny. Like, and like Stopping Tantrum, I think that'd be really funny. I don't think it would be incredible, but I think it definitely has potential. This Pokemon will likely not be good in singles. just because Amoonguss is not that good in the singles. But in VGC, it could carve out a niche for like more offensive Trick Room teams, because imagine having something like this where you can have the chance of being really offensive, but also you have better bulk than regular Amoonguss does, so you actually can take hits better than Amoonguss. So there's that. I mean, it has a worse typing overall, because like Amoonguss's typing, Grass Poison, is pretty good defensively. So Gas Dark isn't. But I think overall, like, you have more bulk. So if you want to, you can tailor into the bulkier nature of it. But you also have a lot better offense. So if you want to go like fully offensive Amoonguss with Life Orb, you can. Which sounds funny as shit, but it's true. You can go like Life Orb and Amoonguss and make it work. Or you can have a mix of the two. You can have like 1/5/6 Adamant Nature attack, but also still be a bulky support mon. And also this thing probably still gets Spore, so you know it's going to be an incredible support mon. Ancient Suicune, I know they revealed what it looked like, but we don't have any information about it, but it's probably not going to be used for the first year of VGC. Most likely would be saved for the second year when we get, what's it called, National Dex or whatever that shit is. But I think in singles, that's still going to be good, because Suicune has been good before, so I think it's going to be good again. Sandy Shocks is... I hate these names. The one thing I will complain about is I thought they were code names at first. I thought it was going to be like, oh, you know, in like Legends Arceus, they had like, I don't know, the, was it the Guardians or whatever? I don't know what shit it was. But they had like code names or something. I thought, oh shit, that's kind of cool. Like, they're probably going to do that again for, these guys. I really thought they were code names, and then you were gonna find them, and then you actually learn what they're called. But nope, those are their actual names. So Pokemon is now called Sandy Shocks. Fucking Christ, it's terrible. This Pokemon though, I don't think it's gonna be good, because like, I think it's gonna be fine. It's not gonna be incredible. Like, it gets electric and ground coverage, which is pretty cool, because electric, obviously you're hitting a lot of things. But you're like, I'm too tired to explain, but like, I think it has cool coverage. It's just like, overall, I don't think it's gonna be amazing. 101 speed isn't the best. I think you definitely could be better. 121 special attack is decent, and if you want to stop on the Life Orb with like, or like the Protosynthesis item where it boosts your special attack, that could be pretty cool. But overall, I don't think it's gonna be absolutely incredible. I think you're not gonna see this Pokemon in VGC, just because it does not have a good VGC typing, because common types in the VGC metagame are water and ground, and I really don't think it wants to deal with either of those. Specifically because we have a lot of bulky waters, so yeah, you're going to be dealing damage to them, but you're also going to be taking a lot of return, because it has decent bulk, but it's not incredible. I think it could carve a little bit, I mean a little bit of a niche, because electric ground is unique coverage in that sense. But I feel like it's going to be more of a OU Pokemon, or like what's it called? Singles Pokemon. Alright, Screamtails. I don't really have much to say on it. I think it could be a good supported Pokemon, because it's fat and has high speed. So it could go like Helping Hand, Icy Wind, some shit like that. But overall, I don't think it's going to be that good. Like, you're not going to be seeing this Pokemon in OU or in singles. You're gonna mainly would see it in VGC, but you're not going to see this Pokemon in VGC anyways. So, or it's not that you're not going to see it, it's just that I wouldn't expect to see it, supposedly. Next, new Pokemon, Fluttermane. I am very excited for this Pokemon. So they gave Mischievous a really cool new form, although now I'm looking at it, I don't like it, because they gave it feet. What the fuck is this thing? Wait, no, I don't like that actually. But it has really good typing. Ghost Fairy is like, it's Mimikyu typing. Mimikyu, like, Ghost Fairy is a really good offensive typing. It's fucking amazing. And look at its stats. Okay, it's got terrible HP, terrible attack, terrible defense. Who gives a shit? 135 across the board for attack, or special attack, special defense, and speed. This thing's gonna be a fucking monster. Here's the thing. This thing is going to be one of the premier threats in singles. Specifically because Ghost is such a good offensive typing, and literally the only thing threatening it, the only thing faster than that's going to like threaten it is probably going to be like something like a Dragapult. But Dragapult mostly runs special, and you're not killing this with any special. You're not going to kill this with a special Shadow Ball because 135 special defense is going to make it so it lives the hit. So you're going to be running physical Dragapult. But because you're running physical, like, I feel like Flutter Mane's existence, or this like Mischievous Form's existence, is going to single-handedly change Dragapult from being a special Pokemon to a physical Pokemon. Because if it's a special Pokemon, it always loses the 1v1. Unless it's Specs. If Dragapult is Specs, it wins the 1v1. But then Flutter Mane could be Scarf. You never know. But it has such good offensive typing, like access to Shadow Ball. Like, imagine this. If it gets, it probably gets Shadow Ball, but like Shadow Ball, Moonblast, Mystical Fire are excellent coverage. You basically hit everything, and you have really good speed. So you're outspeeding a lot. You have decent Special Ball, so where you can take a Shadow Ball when you need to, and you have really good offense. And with the Photosynthesis, you add the item with boost your special attack or boost your speed. Holy shit, you're fucking goated. I don't think this mon's going to be incredible in VGC because this is more of a one-trick pony, and VGC you need like a lot of parts to every Pokemon to make it viable. So I don't think this is going to be incredible in VGC, specifically because it's extremely frail. I still think it could be good in VGC. I just don't think it's going to. I don't think you're going to see a shit ton of use with it. Like Spectrier is good because, although you know what, you could still run Specs on this thing and it just fucking hits so hard. You know what? I think this thing's going to be good in VGC because imagine the redirection with this and then you use Specs. So you can pick like Specs Shadow Ball or Specs Moonblast. Jesus Christ, it's gonna be broken. You don't even need Specs because you have the Photosynthesis ability, so you can just run that item. That's incredible. And then you don't even have to be locked in. Yeah, it's gonna be good in VGC and that. Like, this Pokemon has probably one of the biggest potential. So when I mentioned earlier that Sea Titan has really big potential and how it's used, I think Flutter Mane has really good potential. It doesn't have as many like routes or options in how it's played, but I think it's gonna be really good because, like, the way I look at it, so in this meta, you have Dragapult and Flutter Mane as like the premier fastest Pokemon. As long as Dragapult has like really good usage, Flutter Mane's going to be kind of in a weird spot because Flutter Mane loses to physical Dragapult, so then Flutter Mane can run Scarf, and then it always beats opposing Dragapult because even if opposing Dragapult runs Scarf, they might still be able to kill with Dragon Darts, actually. So it's really weird. I think about it because Dragapult beats Mischievous or Flutter Mane. So Dragapult beats Flutter Mane, but that's one of the main counters. But outside of that, this thing's going to be fucking broken. It has such good coverage. Oh, you were Dark type? No, let me annihilate you with a Moonblast. Jesus Christ, that shit is broken as fuck. I still have so many Pokemon to go through. Oh my god, this video is gonna be so goddamn long, dude. It's a 1:46 in the goddamn morning. All right, this Volcarona. Bug fighting is really cool, but I don't think it's gonna be that good. I really like bug fighting Volcarona. I think it's really cool. Like the offensive Volcarona is really neat. 135 attack is really great. But overall, unless it gets Victory Dance, I don't think it's gonna be that good. But it does have nice offensive stats. Really, the only thing holding it back is the 81 speed. If it was anything else, like all you need to do is switch to the 105 special defense with the 81 speed, and this Pokemon's fucking incredible. But because of the 81 speed, I can't say it's going to be amazing. Because regular Volcarona, that base 100 is much more compelling. Because Volcarona itself, this Pokemon, it's decently bulky, but it's not the most bulky. Bug fighting is prone to, like, it's weak to a lot of types. So you're not extremely bulky. So you basically, the goal of Volcarona is you want to hit as hard as possible. But you're not going to exactly be doing that because you might not be able to be moving first all the time because 81 speed is not that good. So regular Volcarona is probably going to be better in all honesty. I'm going to give it a $150. So, you know what I'm thinking? This video is going to be so fucking long. I'm going to break it up into 2 parts. Number 1, make it more digestible. Number 2, so I can farm views. Because you get more views if you post 2 videos than if you post 1. Mathematics, they add up. So, hey, you can get the views going up. Hey, not bad, right?